Hey y'all, my name is Holly, aka Hanaya the Goddess, and welcome to Morning Mimosas. And as you guys know, yes, I sometimes do like these pre-recorded video interviews, and this is going to be one of them that I will be dropping probably this coming Saturday. So you guys stay tuned for that. But y'all, today we have a very, very special guest, and I don't want to butcher her last name, but I feel like I know how to pronounce last names pretty good because my parents are foreign. So, um, y'all, this lady, she has her own business. She's a mom of six, y'all, and she looks good. Let me just go ahead and brag about her real quick. When I saw that, I was like, she's a mom of six and she looks that good, girl. Well, okay, let's go ahead and bring on Miss Krista Staggs. I said that right, right?
You did. That's awesome. Like super easy.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome to Morning Mimosas, love. We are so glad to have you today. Um, let's get right into it. So, tell the viewers a little bit about you and what you do and whatever other information that you want to relay.
So you're right. I am a mom of six, and I have had my own business now for I would say it's been about 15 years that I've been doing my own business. Oh no, about 13 years, and I did it pretty much because of kids. You know, you want to be able to kind of maneuver in that space of being able to take care of them and make your own schedule, but still make the money you need to make as well. So that was kind of the big reason why I decided it was time to do my own thing.
That is completely awesome. So, if you can go ahead and tell people what your business is.
I'm an esthetician, so I do mostly skincare. So we do mostly waxing, facials, vajacials, permanent makeup. But I've kind of leans more into the yoni part of it. I just noticed a lot of
Mm.
clients and women just asking a lot of questions and not understanding their bodies and what they should do and how it should look and like just home care. Because I feel like we're just not taught that. Like I feel like it's even growing up in my own home, like it's not talked about. It's very basic. It's not like you don't even a lot of people don't even know like what's going on down there, and it's such like a
Yeah.
taboo subject. People are afraid to ask the question, so I've leaned more into like the yoni steams and the yoni and the like the facials and a bunch of
Mhm.
waxing too, because I think the waxing usually leads into like all the other home care and just other services that we offer as well.
That is absolutely awesome. Y'all, I'm going to be getting some services from here, and I will definitely tell you guys the experience. I cannot wait. But for those of you, I'm going to have her explain because I know some people don't know what yoni is. Can you go ahead and explain what that is, and then like the different treatments that women can have for that specifically?
Well, yoni is vagina. And I think a lot of people don't realize like your vagina is actually the inside, and then your oh my gosh, your labia is the outside, and I think a lot of people don't even know that part of it. So I do mostly Brazilian waxes. So the Brazilian is like taking everything off front to back, and some people leave some on top, some people take it all. It's up to you, as a personal choice. And so the thing about we don't realize is that the hair follicle holds bacteria. So when you pull that hair follicle out, it makes it so then you like take odor away as well. So that's like if you work out a lot, like it makes a big difference as far as it's feeling fresh and clean. And then when you add in the yoni steams, like people don't realize like your vagina, your yoni is like the door to your soul. Like that's an opening to like
Yes.
literally like everything. And so like if you don't take care of that, like it literally affects you mind, body, and soul. Like this is like it's like another heart, you know. So like the more we take
Yes.
care of ourselves and basically you can heal like generational, you can heal like generations. Like it's like you're passing down, like your ovaries pass down through generations, you know. So you're holding that energy. It's not always your energy. And a lot of times if you can fix those, you can fix that or just work with that and just really love yourself, it makes a big difference. So like the yoni steams are going to help with like periods, like they're going to help with your cramps, like long periods. They're going to help with fibroids. They're going to help with like yeast infections. It kind of just balances your pH. But as it's doing that, I do it like as a whole ceremony. So I do it as like we light candles, and we have incense, and we have like music, and you really it's like a
Hmm.
meditation. Sit and you just relax in that space, and you just it's time for yourself, and it helps with like after you have a baby, it helps like for you to heal faster, and it helps you to like just to feel more like yourself. It helps with depression. It helps with all these things. You just people don't realize that like it like mind, body, soul, it's all together. Everything works together. And if one thing's off balance, everything's off balance. And I think as women, we're just not taught a lot about ourselves and like how amazing we are, these goddesses that we are. And we're just kind of ashamed of our womanly parts. Like I have women
Right.
ask me like they should have surgery down there, like because it doesn't look how they think they should look, like how people think it should look. And there's these questions I get asked, and it's sad, that we just are
Yeah.
so. And that's what I really got into, like just really like how can we take better care of ourselves? How can we just like really love ourselves in a way that's just like as uniquely to ourselves, because I feel like we just are missing that in that space. So with adding all these new, like the J show says make sure that your skin's nice and even and soft, and just making sure that your insides are good, it just brings your confidence. So I feel like you just confidently, like you walk taller, you feel better, like it's just even though not everybody's seeing it, like you just feel better, you feel more balanced.
I absolutely love that. That is absolutely wonderful. More women need to do that, because with having menstrual cramps and everything else that you stated, a lot of us are ashamed, because I know, I mean, I'm a woman. I've had, well, let's go ahead and say it. We're just gonna be honest. I've had yeast infections, and never had like a good way to like get it treated, other than obviously like the doctor's way, right? The antibiotics and stuff. But they don't teach us that, to avoid like summer's eves, and like stuff like that. I was actually going to ask you, what is your opinion on using things like that, like summer's eves, Vagicells, as far as our womanhood down there? Like, what is your opinion on
Usually,
those?
my opinion is it throws you off. To me, I believe everything's in nature, right? Like I don't think we would be put here, no matter what you believe, whatever higher power you believe. I don't believe we would be put here without the things that we need to sustain our life. And if you really break down medicine, they literally take it. They find the plant. They find, like, let's just think about like everybody knows about. Oh, what is it? Lavender, right? Like lavender is like supposed to be calming. It is calming. It helps you, right? So when they found what makes it calming, they found the ingredient that in it that makes it calming. They literally pulled it out, and then they make it into Ambien. They put it in medicines, and they find out how to make it artificially. So that's when you get all the side effects. Once you take it from the plant, like now you're not making a hole anymore. You took a piece out of it, so now it's not a hole anymore. So it doesn't. So now you have side effects. Now you have all these other things that intertwine in it. And then so with like summer's eve, that's all chemical based, right? So like you're literally everything. Your skin, like it's an organ, so you're literally taking that into your body regardless if you want to or not. Like you're literally taking it in. So to me, it's like everything's in nature. And I feel like when you look at a product, you should be able to read the ingredients. And when you can't read the ingredients, that's kind of scary sometimes, because you don't know what you're using. So to me, it's the more natural you can go, the less ingredients as possible, the better off. Our bodies are naturally clean themselves, so we don't need to do the douches and the like all these extra things. Like everything should be very, very mild when it comes to our vaginas, because you don't want to add, like that's what you get a lot of infections from actually, and your pH goes crazy off, which your pH is what keeps you like keeps you don't smell bad. It keeps you not from being irritated down there. That keeps you keeps you balanced down there. So when you throw that off, like it throws you completely off. And you think about it, when you don't feel good down there, you don't feel good anywhere, so to me, it's like the more natural you can go. Like you don't need to be shoving things up. You don't need to be putting chemicals up there. Like just if you take care of yourself and what you eat too, like everything, don't realize like your diet has to do with so much. Like if you're eating a lot of like processed foods, like that's going to mess you up down there too. And we've all had yeast infections. We've all, BV, like and that's really from your pH being off. So the more regulated, the more regulated you can become, because you think when your pH is off, you can grow the unhealthy bacteria. So it's not even, people are like always scared, like, oh, I have STD. It's like not even STD. It's like your body's off. So like you're growing things, and things are happening down there that aren't like your body's not supposed to do. So if you can just keep on point, then you'll have less and less, side effects and less things going on. So to me, it's like you're not supposed to smell like strawberries, and like a vagina smells like vagina. If you're clean, you smell good. Like if you're not, you don't need to smell like flowers. Like that's what women think. They think they need to put all these things inside themselves to smell like something that's not even you, And it's like, no, it's like you want to be clean and healthy and pure, and actually know your body, know what your discharge looks like, know what time of month it's supposed to look like that, and know when something's not right, so you can figure it out right then, and not when it like goes completely to the left, So it's like it's like really knowing yourself and loving yourself and knowing your body is doing and why it's doing it.
Wow. So I just learned something. I always thought that when you got like BV and or yeast infections, it was because of an off pH balance.
It is.
So
pH balance.
it is because of that.
Yeah, the people, normalist things can cause your pH balance to be off. So like, yeah, that's what it's come from. Like, because people think it's an STD or whatever, but it literally is just like, because people think BV a lot of times, but you can't get it from somebody else. Like, that's true. But it also can come from you just being off in bacteria that's not supposed to be in there is in there growing now. So that's what, another thing, you need to be careful who you deal with. Because like it's your partners, like someone sleeping with multiple people, like that can throw you off. Like, and that not just your physical body, it can throw off your spiritual body. Like sex is a mind, body, soul. So if you're having sex with multiple people, you're really taking on their energy. Like you're literally taking on them. So like if they have bad energy, bad spirits, bad anything, like this or bad people in general, like you're literally taking that onto yourself. Like you ever heard somebody say, I don't like when somebody's like, I don't feel like myself anymore after they've been with somebody for a long time? It's because they're taking that person's energy on and they're taking some of their characteristics on. So there's a lady, I thought was the greatest thing she ever said, but she literally said that you should never be with somebody that you don't admire or look up to. So like if you should never sleep with someone that's not like someone that you like, or like, oh, I love this about this person. This person's amazing in this space. Because if someone's lesser than you and they're negative and all that, like you're taking that energy on. You take on either one, good or bad. Like you're taking on that into yourself, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Like everything becomes you.
I completely agree. Wow. Mostly because I have the same ideologies as well. Like people don't know, like if you have like a like you said, a partner that is sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry, or Wendy, McDonald's, and KFC, just got to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves for real. No, seriously, it's and there's just too much of that going around, too much of that. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But no, it just we just have to do better, so we take better care of ourselves, seriously. So
but I feel like the more we do take care of ourselves, I feel like the more self-love we have for ourselves, that we won't put up with that, right? Like I feel like the more you love yourself and the more you take care of yourself, like that's why I like to make my services really just really connect with women, and I do men too as well. But like I do a lot of women, and to me, as a woman, like I just really want women to like just be so confident and so much in love with themselves that those things won't even make sense to them. To the point of like, I'm not going to risk like all of this for this person, like, and I feel like we're missing a lot of that, like just self-care, and I think the more we take care of ourselves and love ourselves, like that won't even be a thought process anymore. Like the people we attract too, like you attract yourself. So like the more you love yourself and the more like you put into yourself, the more you grow yourself and feed yourself, the more you're going to attract those kind of people who are doing the same things. You're not going to attract those negative people, and when you do, you're going to be like, no, you're going to push them right to the side, because you're like, you're not going to risk me like losing any of this of my greatness. Like you're not going to take it from me. You're not going to put any of your craziness on top of me. You're going to push it away. So to me, it's like I'm like with women and the things they say to me, it makes me so sad to hear the stories I've heard, how they've been treated and how they feel and how they don't feel worthy. And like, so even though my services are like, very physical, like, waxing and all that, like they tell me so much because they're vulnerable, because they're naked. And so just to hear these things that I've heard from these women, just from the traumas they've experienced from, young age, and like, just so it makes them the way they feel about themselves, it just changes them. So to me, it's like if I can be part of their journey of just self-care and becoming great, like I'm so grateful to be in that space, to be able to help other women, because we've all had our traumas. Like we all have a story that we can tell of like when we were treated horribly, and like and not understanding our bodies or what was going on, and like not knowing what to do after you have your babies, not knowing to do like when you have horrible periods, and like this thing that you just have to deal with it, and it's like there's so many things we can do naturally to like heal ourselves and to become better, but we don't even know about them.
Right.
So it's so taboo.
It is. That is worded perfectly. But thank you so much for speaking with Morning Mimosas today. Where can everybody find you as far as social media, your business website? And all of this will also be posted along with this video, y'all.
All right, so there's nouveauwax.com is our website. I'm on social media under my name, so Krista Staggs, and also under my business name as well. well. And thank you so much. I love you. You know, I love your voice so much. And this is amazing, this platform you're making for just to like really get out there. But yeah, your voice alone. I was like, oh, just listen to her voice.
It's really, really interesting that I keep getting that. I'm just like, what is so interesting? Like, it's just, my voice is mad regular, you know, my sister. But it's okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It flows. Like you have the most beautiful, sensual voice. I love your voice.
Oh, thank you. I totally appreciate that. We will definitely bring you back on, maybe for a live. Maybe we can, I don't know, do like a field trip to your business. I would that would be so dope. Like,
you should definitely
morning mimosas.
do yours. Bring it and like, yeah, you should do your experience. That'd be amazing.
We're definitely gonna do that. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's definitely gonna be happening next month because y'all know I got a lot going on next month. So just really, really excited. But once again, thank you so much for coming on Morning Mimosas. And as you guys know, we put value in criminal justice, promoting healing and education for our Black community. You guys stay tuned.